Jana Duggar. The name alone brings up years of speculation, curiosity, and mystery. For the longest time, she was known as the quiet one in a family that practically lived in the headlines. While her siblings rushed into marriages, started families, and built public lives, Jana stayed put, always in the background. But now, that quiet presence has turned into something impossible to ignore. A transformation so striking that people are doing double takes. There's one detail about her that's shocking everyone, and it's not just about her looks. It's about the life she's built while everyone was too busy watching someone else. For years, one question followed her everywhere. Why is she still single? The Duggar family's world revolved around early marriages and growing families, yet Jana remained unmarried well into her 30s. Some thought she was just waiting for the right person, while others speculated that she would never leave home at all. But what no one realized was that Jana was quietly making moves on her own terms. And when she finally did step into the spotlight, it wasn't just with a wedding announcement. It was with a story no one saw coming. She shocked everyone when she revealed her marriage to Stephen Wissman. It wasn't just another Duggar wedding. This was a moment years in the making. They had dated before, separated, and found their way back to each other. It wasn't rushed. It wasn't forced. It was intentional. While the world debated her choices, she was patiently waiting for the right time, proving that her story was never meant to fit the usual Duggar mold. And when she did say, "I do," it was in front of 500 guests, in a celebration that felt like the closing of one chapter and the start of something completely new. But here's where things take a turn. Jana didn't just get married. She left. After decades in the Duggar family home, she packed her bags and moved to Nebraska with her husband. A fresh start in a new place, far from the world she grew up in. And while most saw this as a simple relocation, those paying attention realized it meant something much bigger. This wasn't just about changing her address. It was about stepping into a life where she finally had control over her own choices. For someone who had spent years living under the same roof as her massive family, this move symbolized a complete shift in identity. But the changes didn't stop there. Jana has always been known for her love of gardening, home projects, and quiet hobbies that felt like side interests in the chaos of the Duggar world. Now, they're front and center. She and Stephen are building a home together, putting their own style and creativity into every corner. Fans who have followed her over the years can see the difference. She's taking control in ways that never seemed possible before. It's not just about home renovations or DIY projects. It's about shaping a life that reflects who she truly is rather than what was expected of her. And then there's the part that really got people talking. Her new look. Jana has always been recognized for her traditional, conservative style, a reflection of her upbringing. But during a recent family camping trip, she appeared with a striking bleach blonde hairstyle, a bold shift that immediately had people wondering, what's changed? This wasn't just a casual update, it was a statement, a quiet yet undeniable way of saying that she's no longer content with blending into the background. She didn't post about it. She didn't make a big deal out of it. She simply showed up, confident, unbothered, and fully embracing the version of herself she's been growing into all along. Her transformation isn't just about what she wears or where she lives. It's about how she carries herself, the way she's stepping into her independence, the way she's balancing privacy with just enough public presence to keep everyone wondering. Jana has reduced her social media activity in a way that makes her even more fascinating. She shares glimpses, just enough to spark curiosity, but never too much. In a world where oversharing is the norm, her quiet confidence is what keeps people watching. But there's one last piece to this story, the detail that makes people stop and look twice. Jana Duggar stands at 5 feet 6 inches tall, but that's not the size that matters here. Her real size is measured in the way she's grown beyond expectations. The way she's stepped out of the shadows and redefined her place in a family where she was once the most overlooked. For years, she was seen as the one left behind. But now? She's proving that sometimes, the best stories take a little longer to unfold. Her transformation is a reminder that life doesn't follow a set timeline, and stepping into your true self doesn't have a deadline. Jana's story isn't just about a Duggar family update, it's about what happens when someone decides to take control of their own narrative.